Hello there, it's Joey, and I'm here with the Nimbasa City Post for an episode of VGC 2020 Battle Stadium. If you don't know what Nimbasa City Post is, it's a VGC website led by Sam Temple, who's great, gathers teams, and writes all sorts of articles for the VGC community. I also write articles from time to time, and today I'm going to be launching our YouTube channel with a little bit of laddering, featuring my good friend Aaron Traylor's Dallas winning team. So this team, interestingly enough, features Gigantamax Charizard, which is something that a lot of people just did not respect going into the tournament, and has really shaken up the meta ever since. It's a really interesting team. It's got a lot of offensive strategies, such as the Fake Tier Zoom Scott plus the Gigantamax Charizard, but there's also some really cool bulky options, such as Strength Sap, Cassie Berry Jellicent, and Yawn Babiri Berry Togekiss. So without further ado, I'm going to pick the team and I'm going to hop into it. I wanted to play this without any warm-up battles, but I had some recording issues earlier, so I actually did get 2 games in. As you see there, my win and loss record is 2-0. Hopefully, we can get some more wins now that I'm actually recording. Alright, so, look at my opponent's team here. It is Hard Trick Room. So, in order to beat Hard Trick Room, especially Butterfree, what we're going to have to do is go Charizard and Conkeldurr. Alright. Then we're going to have Jellicent and Duraludon in the back, I want to say. Is the Trick Room plan. Butterfree is just such a scary Pokemon, but thankfully Charizard known to have a pretty good matchup against it. And that, in addition to Conkeldurr, will hopefully serve us well enough to take on this matchup. If we need to, Jellicent can always reverse Trick Room, which is probably going to come in clutch, honestly. Alright. Balmley Stadium. God, I love Marnie's theme so much. Alright. Ooh, the Kutesh lead. Gothitelle and Dusclops. I did not think about Hypnosis. Oh man. This is going to be interesting. Alright, I'm going to open things up with the G-Max Wildfire onto the Gothitelle and a Rock Slide because I really do not want Hypnoses to be thrown around. That is not going to be fun. So hopefully, with G-Max Wildfire and the chip damage, Gardevoir, or not Gardevoir, excuse me, Gothitelle will be free from, or we will remove Gothitelle before it can spam Hypnoses. Dusclops is probably going to be the one setting up Trick Room here, but what's important is that we get rid of Gothitelle before Dusclops can set up Gravity. So, let's see. We're getting our big Gigantamax Charizard here. Blast Burn for maximum damage off the G-Max Wildfire, base 150 power. And yeah, we see a Fake Out on the Conkeldurr. Not too much of a deal here. And yeah, Wildfire, not doing as much as I really hoped for, to be honest. I'd imagine a Gravity Hypnosis is coming my way this turn, and I really think it's going to be on Charizard. So I'm going to Max Guard and go for Rock Slide here. Hopefully this will put Gothitelle in range for the Wildfire at the end of the turn, and get some nice chip on Dusclops as well. What would be really nice is if for some reason my opponent goes for Will-O-Wisp on Conkeldurr or anything like that, but we're not going to bank on my opponent being bad. Yeah, we do see the Gravity here, and really just hoping that Hypnosis is aiming for Charizard. And it is, but that Gothitelle is slower than our Conkeldurr, which is not something that I thought about. Rock Slide comes out. Yeah, that's going to be in Wildfire range. Dusclops just a sliver above half HP. Really nice here. So now, I'm going to have to think about getting this getting the incoming Rhyperior. Yeah, definitely Rhyperior. This is definitely Bulldoze and Max Rockfall coming out, which means that I need to close combat. +2 Rockfall is definitely deleting our Charizard through Charty Berry. I'm quite confident that Rockfall deletes Charizard without the +2 boost, because Dusclops is commonly known to have Bulldoze, which is able to activate Rhyperior's weakness policy, for those of you who don't know. So, close combat's probably only going to be doing about a quarter to half of Rhyperior's health, though. So we're going to have to start planning this endgame out carefully. We don't see Dynamax, actually, on the Conkeldurr. A little curious there as to why not. Potentially my opponent has something in the back that he's more willing to Dynamax. But I think that was a little bit of a misplay. If he's going for Rock Slide, it should still be taking out my Charizard. Yeah, I don't see us living this. And we don't. But close combat is going to do an immense amount of damage to the Conkeldurr. And that could have been avoided had he gone for Dynamax. So, yeah, I'm not digging that decision for my opponent, honestly. Yeah, as you can see, he's in Mach Punch range now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send in my Jellicent and Mach Punch the Rhyperior and reverse Trigger. We have one more turn of Wildfire left, which should put the Dusclops in range for a Water Spout from Jellicent. And obviously, Dynamax on the Rhyperior is not going to save him from being knocked out by Mach Punch. So, this is looking really good for us right now. Okay, Dusclops switches out. Presumably Torkoal, Gastrodon. Interesting. Alright, well, we get the reverse Trick Room up. This Gastrodon is definitely going to be Dynamaxing because it is my opponent's only option. Yeah, protecting Rhyperior there is really curious because it drops via the Wildfire anyways. Perhaps my opponent forgot about that. Yeah, we've got the reverse Trick Room up. Kind of thinking that I want to go ahead and get rid of Dusclops here via Shadow Ball. Trying to think what I brought in the back again. Alright, Duraludon is in the back. That's definitely dropping the Gastrodon in one hit. But I think that it's more useful to have my Conkeldurr without Spadef drops. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to Duraludon. Probably sacrificing that off. But we should be fine. Yeah, so we have Duraludon coming in here. There's the Dynamax on the Gastrodon. This also resets my Conkeldurr's speed stat, which means that it'll be faster than this Gastrodon upon switching back in. Yeah, we see the big Gastrodon here. Shadow Ball will be picking up the KO on this Dusclops. Alright. And it should be Max Quake coming out onto Duraludon for an easy KO and a special defense boost on my opponent's end. Max Geyser, actually. Set up the rain. That's not killing Duraludon, which means that I'm getting a Draco Meteor off. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball and Draco Meteor here. Hopefully this brings my opponent down to about half HP. Jellicent should be able to win the 1v1 against Gastrodon. I'm really not concerned about that at all. If he has Recover, it becomes a little bit more problematic, but still, I think we're fine. Draco Meteor comes out. And yeah, with no Max Quake boost, that's doing quite a lot of damage. Shadow Ball comes out before the Gastrodon moves as well. And the Max Quake onto Duraludon Really not optimal there. -2 special attack. Duraludon's not putting in much more work for the rest of the game. But hey, I'll take it. So, I think... Yeah, I'll go ahead and go for Drain Punch and Shadow Ball here. We should be outspeeding the Gastrodon of both my Pokemon. Maybe this will KO, but if not, it should be in Shadow Ball range for next turn. Especially because Gastrodon will be undynamaxed after this turn. So Shadow Ball comes out. Will the Drain Punch pick up the knockout? It does. So that is the game. Alright, pretty good game one. Yeah, my experience at Dallas Regionals is definitely not as smooth as these games are going right now. But hopefully, in the future, I'll rebound. Alright, I get a Ball Mushroom for playing Battle Stadium. Let's see if we can get another battle going here. Maybe hit Master Ball again. Yeah, I started out as rank 9, I guess because I hit Master Ball in Season 1. So, it'd be pretty interesting to hit Master Ball again. I'm not sure if the battle point rewards are the same, but that'd be really nice. Let's change the music up here. Let's go with, Eternatus is fine. I wish I could change it to Rose, though. Alright, looking at my opponent's team, it looks like a lot of fake tiers, hyper offense type stuff here. I am definitely going with Gigantamax Charizard and Togekiss for my lead. I don't want to play any sort of Tailwind race here. And then in the back, let's do Conkeldurr and Duraludon. Yeah, my opponent just seems to have a lot of offensive tools, but I think I can actually outbulk him, especially with Conkeldurr. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. I'd imagine my opponent leads either Whimsicott or Grimmsnarl and Charizard. Alright, yeah, we see Whimsicott and Charizard here. So I'm going to yawn my opponent's Charizard and go for G-Max Wildfire. This will put my opponent's Charizard on a timer, which will be great, especially if he Dynamaxes, and I will be getting rid of the Whimsicott's Focus Sash, which is really nice. At the worst, my opponent picks up a knockout on my Togekiss, but that's at the expense of me picking up a knockout on their Whimsicott, which means that their support options for the game are pretty much shot. Unless they brought both of their Prankster Pokemon, which would be pretty unlikely. Alright, so Charizard goes big here. It goes big before my opponent's. Could just be a speed tie win, but my opponent also could be running a slower Charizard. Might not matter too much here if my opponent goes for something like a Tailwind. Really just hoping I can get this yawn off, because Duraludon and Conkeldurr don't do too well against a Charizard with Solar Power boosts. So if I can put it to sleep and wait for Conkeldurr to come in and use something like a Rock Slide, that'd be really nice. Yeah, we do see Tailwind go up here. No Sunny Day and no Fake Tears, importantly. Max Airstream does come out, but that's only going to do... Okay, I did a little bit more than I thought, actually. Still not too worried. Again, because I will be putting his Charizard to sleep at the end of the turn. Yeah, that is probably a modest Charizard, based on the Life Orb. Even with Life Orb, that damage is just a little absurd. So I'll be knocking out this Whimsicott at the end of the turn and getting the yawn off of my opponent's Charizard, which is really, really nice. Yeah, I definitely think the turn 1 advantage goes to G-Max Charizard here. So, let's see. Mimikyu hits the field. yeah, I'm just gonna Wildfire and follow me. Actually, no, I'll Airstream. The speed boost could come in handy. Puts us faster than the Mimikyu if the Charizard chooses to Airstream again this turn. Alright. Follow me comes out. I guess see what, Max Flare from Charizard? No, another Max Airstream. Alright, so it is a good thing that we went for Max Airstream. That damage is just absurd. That is definitely a bulkier, modest Charizard. Yeah, this is going to be really nice for us, because the Mimikyu's Disguise will be busted, and it'll be taking a little bit of damage from Wildfire, which means it'll likely be in range for a Wildfire on the next turn. Yeah, so Disguise breaks. And Mimikyu did go for Swords Dance, so maybe it is a little bit more of an offensive build. I was really hoping that he'd knock out my Togekiss so that I could bring in Rhyperior. Or not Rhyperior, excuse me, Conkeldurr. But I'm still fine with this position. We're actually not in Blaze range, but I'm still going to go for Wildfire just to be safe. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to Conkeldurr. Really no reason not to. Yeah, my opponent's Charizard is fast asleep. Oh wait, I forgot about Tailwind! Oh no! And a critical hit on my Charizard. My poor Charizard. Oh no. Thankfully, this is the last turn of my opponent's Dynamax, so I should be able to pick up a double knockout with Follow Me and Rock Slide on this turn. But that is granted that my opponent stays asleep with Charizard. So my misplay actually costing me there. I really should have just went for Follow Me, forgetting about that Tailwind from turn 1. So yeah, now we're going to need a 2-turn sleep to bail out our really bad play. Let's see if we get it. Again, we are going to have Follow Me come out. Well, eventually. Really not sure what my opponent's taking their time to think about here. I'm pretty sure the game is going to end up coming down to the 2-turn sleep. Because it's a matter of if my opponent can remove Charizard. Charizard does stay asleep. Mimikyu goes for Play Rough, hits Togekiss. Alright. Well, it is in our favor there. It's a 2/3 chance for a Pokemon to stay asleep after 1 turn. That might actually not be Wildfire range on the Mimikyu. And it's Berry. Oh no. Alright. I'm going to have to need Duraludon to carry us hard on this last turn of the game. Because I can definitely see my... Ooh, Darmanitan. Alright. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is Mach Punch the Darmanitan. It's probably not going to KO. And Flash Cannon the Mimikyu. Yeah. Darmanitan was at about a 1/3. Player off. Ooh, Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr avoids the attack. But it doesn't matter. Oh, man. Darmanitan just so strong. Yeah, we're going to need a second Play Rough avoid there, which is a 1% chance to dodge 2 consecutive Play Roughs. So I don't think that's going to be happening. Man, that misplay on the Charizard just really coming back to bite me. Oh! No way! The 1% double Play Rough dodge coming through. Oh no! But the Mimikyu avoids! Wait a minute! No, that was the Darmanitan! Oh my god. Oh my god. We really just stole that game. We really just stole that game. That's amazing. That is honestly beautiful. I love Conkelder so much. That's incredible. Easiest player of dodge in my life. We really should not have won that one, but we also really should not have been in a position to lose that one. So, you hate to see it. Alright, I think we're going to opt in for a third game here. I'm having a lot of fun with this team. Oh, Ultra Ball's here. Okay. Alright. So I guess we need to pass Ultra Ball before we hit Master Ball. Yeah, let's go and put Chairman Rose on now, at least. And let's see if we can find an opponent. This team is a ton of fun, and again, I just want to shout out Aaron, Wolf, and Justin for coming up with such a really thorough team. It definitely plays really well in a variety of matchups. Reading Aaron's report was something that he focused on extensively, was having good matchups across the field. And I think that's important for newer players. You don't want to build teams that beat a lot of teams, or beat a handful of teams really well, and then have really bad matchups versus the other half of teams in the meta. Going for an even spread and relying on outplaying your opponent is generally more optimal. But anyway, my opponent seems to have like a mixed team here. We have Excadrill and Tyranitar, Charizard as well. Double Fairy, just not that good because this team kind of relies on Conkeldurr to have a adequate Sand matchup. So I'm not looking forward to taking on that Sylveon. However, I really don't see a Tyranitar Excadrill lead coming out for my opponent here. I am going to lead with Conkeldurr and Duraludon. Probably not that common of a lead for this team, but I do think that we can do some good stuff with it. And I'm gonna bring Max Charizard in the back, and I'm going to. Do I want Jellicent or Togekiss? So the reason I'm bringing Max Charizard is so that I can put a lot of pressure on things at the end game. Really, his team struggles against Charizard a lot if the Tyranitar is removed. So with Conkeldurr and Duraludon, hopefully we can get that out of the way. Togekiss really not looking that good here. I think I'd rather go with Jellicent, potentially get a Trick Room set up. Strength Sap is also really nice. So yeah, that's what we'll be locking in. Let's see, going to Battle Stadium for the third time. Nope. No Battle Stadium. So, we... just the regular stadium. Okay. Yeah, Charizard and Sylveon. Like I said, I thought it was very unlikely that my opponent would just go for Sand with a Conkeldurr on my team. So I don't want to Dynamax either of these Pokemon. Probably what's going to come out here is a Max Airstream onto my Conkeldurr and a Hyper Voice. Trying to think of a counterplay that I have for that. This lead is just super tough. You know what? I'm going to be doing something that I really shouldn't be doing. I'm going to max Steel Spike and Rock Slide. When you bring Charizard, you really should be focused on Dynamaxing it. However, this lead is so bad that I think the only way that I'm going to come out of this game positive is if I'm able to do really big damage to the Sylveon on turn 1. And yeah, we do see the Gigantamax Charizard come out. Yeah, I figured it was the regular Dynamax one due to the conflict with Sand. Alright. My Duraludon is Dynamaxed. Yeah. Sylveon at +1 should be outspeeding both of our Pokemon, which makes this a little frustrating. Max Duraludon does not even break 300 HP, so this is going to be a little interesting. Airstream on a Conkeldurr. Way too much damage. Way too much damage. Oh no. This is not looking good. Ooh, but we do outspeed. We outspeed the Sylveon. But yeah, if Sylveon is that bulky, I didn't think we'd be getting the KO. Just really frustrating. Hyper Voice comes out, just so much damage. Probably a critical hit on Duraludon as well. Just really unfortunate. This game was pretty much played bad from the start, though. Gonna go for a Hail Mary play here and set up Trick Room. The lead, Charizard and Sylveon, is just so hard for this team. There's no Fairy Resist besides a Charizard of our own, which is not pressuring Sylveon that much and can't lead well into Tyranitar and Excadrill. Wildfire comes out onto Jellicent. And Hyper Voice comes out. I was really hoping you'd Airstream again this turn. Ooh, but we do disable the Sylveon's Hyper Voice. Alright. Trick Room's up. We're going to have to go for like a Max Lightning and a Shadow Ball onto Charizard. And hope the Sylveon switches out and plays passive this turn. We're really gonna need... I can String Sap. I'll String Sap here, because Shadow Ball is not going to be enough to get rid of the Charizard. And we do recover based off the original amount, but that should still be able to put us well over 75%. String Sap is just such a good move. Yeah. Let's see how this works out. Sylveon quick attacks. So yeah, pretty much playing passive at that point with how little damage quick attack's actually doing. We String Sap and get back to 130. A little less than I would have liked. Oh my god, Shadow Ball would have picked up the Charizard. Oh. I should have gone for it. Overgrowth comes out on the Jellicent. Yeah. Not looking good for the boys. Recover a little bit, take a little bit more damage. I don't think we have the resources to pull this game out. I really should have clicked water. Well, no, I couldn't have clicked Water Spout there, but I could have clicked Shadow Ball. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I'll protect here and finish off Sylveon, hopefully, with an Air Slash. But I really don't think that's finishing Sylveon off. Sylveon quick attacks into our Protect. Air Slash comes out. And yeah, this is one of the problems with Dynamaxing your other Pokemon besides Charizard. Now you're left with a Charizard on the field. Oh, G-Max Wildfire picks up Duraludon. I really didn't think it would. Oh no. Well, that's gonna be a pretty comfortable win for my opponent. Charizard is not going to be able to 1v4. Yeah, especially with Psyshock doing that much damage. A little disappointing, but you really can't win them all. So, that just is what it is. there's the Tyranitar, so we're gonna go ahead and forfeit this one. Alright. So that puts us at an overall 2-1 for the day. Not too bad. And it was my really first time playing with this team. Like I said, I got 2 games in with it earlier. But anyway, it's gonna wrap up the first video here for Nimbasa City Post. Do check out my social media, check out Sam Temple's social media, and please read Aaron Traylor's wonderful report about his win at the Dallas Regional Championships. And of course, subscribe for more content. We're going to be putting out tons of content over the next few weeks. Guides, flattering, and some matches with pros where they're showing off their top teams, their tournament winning teams. It's going to be a great time. Stay tuned.